The sun rose gently over Feather Lake, painting the sky with shades of rose and gold. The water glistened pink, and the flamingos stretched their long necks as a new day began. Flora, Finn, and Fiona, the feather flyers, were already awake, practicing twirls and dips on the shore. "Step, turn, flap," said Flora, gracefully lifting her wings. Finn leapt high, sending tiny splashes into the air. "Ta-da! That's my new move, the splash spin." Fiona giggled. "You look like a spinning fountain." He grinned proudly. "Exactly what I was going for." They laughed together, the lake rippling gently beneath their feet. Ever since the Great Feather Dance Festival, the three friends had become famous across Feather Lake. Every morning, other flamingos came to watch them dance, hoping to learn their secret. But that morning, something felt different. The sky had darkened just a little. A cool wind brushed the flamingos' feathers, and in the distance, grey clouds began to gather, slowly, quietly, like giant shadows creeping closer. By noon, the clouds had grown darker, and the lake looked less pink and more silver. Said Flora, frowning. "The weather doesn't look good. Maybe we should stop practicing for today." Finn twirled dramatically. A little wind never stopped the feather flyers. But before he could finish his spin, a sudden whoosh of wind sent him tumbling into the water with a splash. "Finn!" cried Fiona, helping him up. He shook his feathers, sputtering. "Okay, maybe this much wind might stop us." The flamingos looked up as the first drops of rain began to fall. They were soft at first, plink, 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 then heavier, faster, until the rain poured down in silver streams. A storm had arrived. The flamingos hurried to the tall reeds by the shore for shelter. The wind howled, the trees bent low, and the pink waters turned choppy and wild as lightning flashed across the sky. Fiona pressed close to Flora. "I've never seen the lake like this," she whispered. "It's scary." Flora wrapped a wing around her. "Storms come and go, Fiona. We just have to wait it out." Finn peered out between the reeds. "Look!" The younger flamingos, they're trapped on the far side of the lake. Sure enough, a small group of baby flamingos were huddled together on a tiny island of reeds, chirping for help as the waves grew higher. "We have to get them," said Fiona, her heart pounding. Flora nodded. "You're right. The storm may be strong, but so are we." The feather flyers stepped into the rushing water, fighting the wind with every step. The rain pounded their backs, and the waves splashed high against their long legs. "Stay together," called Flora. They waded carefully, pushing against the current until they reached the frightened little ones. "Come on, sweethearts," said Mama Flora gently. "Follow our steps, one leg at a time." But the wind howled even louder, and one of the smallest flamingos began to cry. "We can't. The water's too strong." Fiona knelt down beside the little one, her eyes soft. "You know what I do when I'm scared?" The chick sniffled. "What?" "I dance," said Fiona with a smile. "Not to show off, just to remember that I'm brave. And then, right there in the storm, Fiona began to move. She stepped lightly on the water, tapping and twirling despite the rain. Tap, tap, swish, swish. Her famous rhythm. The little flamingos stared, their fear slowly fading. "Come on," said Finn, twirling beside her. "Let's make this storm our stage." Flora joined in too, flapping her wings in wide, strong arcs. Together, they created waves of motion, graceful, steady, full of light. The baby flamingos began to follow, copying their steps. Slowly, their fear turned into laughter. And somehow, as they danced, the waves began to calm. The storm winds softened, and the thunder rolled away into the distance. By the time they reached the main shore, the rain had stopped. The sky began to clear, and the setting sun peeked through, painting the lake in glowing shades of gold and pink once again. All the flamingos gathered around them, cheering. The feather flyers saved the little ones, and they danced through the storm. Finn puffed up proudly. "We didn't just dance. We made the storm dance with us." Fiona laughed. "You mean the storm tried to dance against you, but you spun faster." Flora smiled warmly. "It wasn't strength or speed that helped us. It was believing in each other. That's the real rhythm of the lake." That night, when the moon rose over Feather Lake, the water shimmered brighter than ever before. The flamingos gathered again, not for a festival, but for something even more special. A quiet dance of gratitude. The wind was soft, the stars were bright, and the air smelled fresh and new. Flora lifted her wings and began a slow, graceful dance. Finn joined, adding playful spins, and Fiona tapped her feet to the rhythm of the rippling water. The rest of the flock followed, hundreds of flamingos moving together like waves, their reflections glowing pink and gold beneath the moonlight. From high above, it looked as if the whole lake itself was dancing. And as the night grew still, Fiona whispered softly, "Even storms can't stop the music of Feather Lake." Flora smiled, because the music isn't just in our feet. It's in our hearts. And with that, the flamingos danced on, a sea of pink feathers swaying gently beneath thy moon. A living reminder that courage and kindness shine brightest when skies